Okay. All right. So, a couple weeks ago, I met a guy at my job. Yes. And,
was he cute or ugly?
I'm not getting into all of that. You know, let's just say he's a good looking guy, right? Good looking guy.
Got it.
Was attracted to me. I told him my situation. I don't lie.
Right.
You know, about my situation. I'm married, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to talking throughout the night, and he was just a really cool guy.
Right.
And he told me about a situation. I said, why are you single?
Right.
Like, why? You seem like a catch. Why are you single?
Right.
So he proceeds to tell me, you know, he got out of a relationship. It was a 10-year relationship.
It's a long time.
So, you know, it was with a dancer, and she had 2 children, not his, but he took them in like it's his children.
Right.
And, you know, they were his children. And, you know, he was with her. I think after being with her for a year or 2, he's like, listen, I want you to stop dancing. I'm going to take care of you and the kids. Got a house, got this, got that. And said that she ended up getting comfortable, but like, not like a little bit comfortable, not even a lot comfortable, like to the point that it was like, who is this person? I think he would come home from work all day, like 12, 15 hours.
Right.
You know, honey, you know, is there any dinner? Oh, no. Just laying down, watching TV or on her phone, like the whole day. Well, what did the kids eat? Oh, SpaghettiOs. Okay, well, so what did you do all day? There's dirty clothes. There's stuff. So basically, the house is a mess. She's a mess.
Right.
The kids are eating just stuff straight out of a can, which once in a blue wouldn't be bad. But you also just had your guy who have been busting his ass all day. Right. Working, and he can't even get a home cooked meal. Like when you come, food is almost ready. Right. So I start cooking. We eat by a certain time. I clean afterwards. Even though we both work, our schedules allow certain things. Certain days I don't cook because it's too much before I go to work and stuff like that. But I think she ended up putting on a good, I don't remember what he said, maybe 60 pounds, 70 pounds. Ooh. And he was kind of like, whoa, but still okay with it if everything else would have been in order. Okay. So they're no longer together. Long story short, they're no longer together. He's still in the kid's life. Like when I say he's a great guy, like he has the kids more than her. These are not his biological children. Right. And I say big ups to that because, you know, this, you know, similar situation. But, and a girlfriend after that didn't work out. So I kind of have a 2-part question because the girl was like, well, why are you in these kids' lives when you're not with the mom anymore? And he's actually literally like, he's showing me photos where he's taking them out more than she is. Right. Like she's spending time at home on the couch. Okay. And he's taking the kids out, doing this, doing that, buying them what they need. These are not his biological children. Like that's a man. Sure. Like, that's real deal. Like, cause the father was just not in the picture at all. Right. So I say all that to ask these 2 questions. Okay. 1, when it comes to letting go.
Letting go what?
Letting go, being too comfortable in a relationship. Okay. If, for example, like if I started just like slacking in certain departments, I did gain some weight, but I'm still put together. It's also, you know, just getting older and everything else. Sure. Or if I was just like, oh, I don't feel like cooking today for the 10th time in a row or whatever, like, what would you, like, how would you approach that? Like, how would you talk to me about that?
And what's the second question?
You're very honest.
Right. So what's the second question? Because
second question is this. Together. If I had an issue with our son, with you not being his biological father, but staying in his life, would you have an issue with me and say, no, you can go? Or would you look at your future and say, well, you are my future and he technically isn't my biological son? Like what? Like, how would you react to that situation?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
Because when we first met, you were a lot thinner.
I was 35, 40 pounds thinner.
So yes, that's a lot. That's a lot thinner than you are now. However, I was attracted to you at that weight and I'm attracted to you at this weight. You've always had a woman frame to me, even though you said you weren't happy being thinner.
I hated it.
It didn't bother me one bit.
I hated it. I thought I looked like a little boy.
I know what I don't want. So, first of all, I'm not going to say it's game the dude is trying to run, but I will have to say that he allowed it. Like, he started that ball rolling.
Right.
He took her from her job, said, I'm going to take care of you, sit home. Now, was there another list of requirements? Kind of like when we met, do you cook? No. Would you learn to cook? Yes. Like, there are questions that you have to ask in the beginning because this is how you're setting it up.
Right.
I just had a conversation with one of my friends the other day. I saw some stuff on the Instagram and I hit him up like, yo, you good? And he was just like, he told me what he told me. And then he said, but you and Ray, like, strong. And I tell people all the time, it sounds like, first of all, it sounds like a lie, right? When you say, when I met her, I was ready for X, Y, Z, and I had a list. I said, these are the things that I need. These are the things that I want. The things that I want, I can forego for now. The things that I need, I can't. At this point in my life, I can't. They have to be met.
Right.
As hard as that sounds, it was kind of like what I said. I'm fortunate that you were pliable enough to say, yeah, I can do those things or learn to do those things. Or, yeah, I'm with that, or not with it. So part of it is his fault. And because I am a guy who am brutally honest from day one, I have no sympathy for guys who aren't. Like, as a grown man, if you're 30 or over, there's no reason why you can't ask for exactly what you want and then move on if the girl can't give it to you. I know it sounds crazy. A lot of dudes get stupid when it comes to, like, pretty women. That was one of my questions. Like, why do guys get so fucking stupid when they get around good looking women or women with a nice body or, pretty face and shit like that? Like, some dudes just get straight dumb. Secondly, 10 years is a long time. To be in somebody's life for 10 years and then just cut out is also like a punk move, I think, even though it's not your biological kid, because I'm not sure if the kid's father in their life or not. In my situation, weird as it might be, like, dude was literally like right around the corner and wasn't active at all, which is nuts to me. Wasn't active at all. So in my case, it was 5 years. And I wanted to remain a part of his life. But when I met you, I also let you know that up front. And kind of like I was at the point where I didn't want a chick with kids. If you would have said, well, I don't want to do it with kids, then we probably would not have linked. Like, there's a lot of stuff that people are afraid to say in the beginning because they might lose the connection. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you would have been like, nah, no kids, I can't fault you because I didn't want to link with you if you had kids. And I was brutally honest about that because I had been in relationships where the chick had a kid that wasn't mine, and it just brings on a whole nother set of headaches. Not that my son is a headache, but women, if they're good moms, should always put their kid first. And, I was selfish in the beginning, like very selfish, right? Like me. And that's how I wanted it. It was like I gave you the worst shit test ever, and you passed it with flying colors. Because you're a great woman. But it worked out for the both of us, I think.
It absolutely worked out for the both of us. But you did have your attitudes here and there when I was just like, bro, like, what's good? Like, you all right? Mm-hmm. But even still, when we had our little things in the beginning, trying to really get to know each other and navigate through kind of like uncharted waters at that time in the beginning. Yeah. We still never had crazy arguments. We still never. It was so. Even though you say I'm passing with flying colors, I went through some shit. Okay, like, I've had relationships where I went through some shit.